listen to the Rogan podcast. I'm looking for the lid for this glass bottle. I use natural apple soap for washing and washing pots and plates. They talk about the pouchy vaccines, pouchy health issues. wonder if the woman has taken an IVC. He's talking about the COVID, Fauci, health fitness on the Rogan podcast. I'm listening to Woody Harrelson. And they talk about solid group and how the system went after him for being healthy and talk about what he did. And he said he was on vitamin IVs. I wonder if he did an IVC before. I won't be surprised. People that can get an IV, you can near IV effect by taking liposomal vitamin C, which is one of the forms of vitamin C that I take. It has a similar effect to intravenous vitamin C. It's absorbed differently. This is alternate C liposomal vitamin C. And it is close in effect to IV, vitamin C IV. It's absorbed differently than regular glucoscorpic acid. So 1 gram of liposomal vitamin C is not the same as 1 gram of regular. It's like 10 grams vitamin C IV is not the same as 10 grams oral. Okay. I never tried an IVC. If they will have it in my city, like a clinic, we can get a vitamin IV, maybe I'll try it. It's most likely will be pretty expensive, $100 or something like this. So. I'm gonna start cooking. I had only shower before. I got allergies, so I can sense I got some allergy on my skin and I get a bit itchy, so when I did, I had only shower like this. So I'm gonna start meal prepping. I didn't find the lid for the glass bottle, or I would have started by making the super shake. So we'll skip that again. I never got the COVID vaccine. I know a lot of people did. I didn't get vaccinated or vote since turning 18. Most people have been doing both those things several times. Didn't get vaccinated once since becoming an adult. For anything. No tetanus, no flu shot, no nothing. During the H1N1, they were marketing like vaccines. A lot of people got an H1N1 swine flu vaccine in Sweden. I did get vaccinated once since turning 18. So I don't vote, I don't get vaccinated. I started by using vinegar, not chemical toxic chemical cleaner. So I clean the stove before I start cooking. No super shake today. I fried some meat. Have some little fish sandwiches. Jag ordrade bara ashwagandha that säger me on Amazon. Jag vet det. Should get it in a week. This is a no-stick pan. You don't want to use, if you have a non-stick pan like a Teflon pan, it gets scratched. I recommend it throw it away. So I researched throughout the other pot because it had a scratch on it. It was damaged. You're not supposed to use damaged Teflon cookware. It releases toxins. I've been a little bit different since teenage years in different ways, like about my health. So I remember in high school, like when you were maybe 15, 16 years old, they had a nurse come to school with a cart with fluoride shots, okay, to class. And the teacher's like, you don't have to take this, okay? So guys, somebody in here you don't want to get it, you can go and wait in the hall. I go, okay, bye, see you. Then another one's got the fluoride, some kind of fluoride shots. I don't know if they drank it or if they rinsed the mouth and spit out some of this, but they had someone with a cart with like fluoride, some kind of fluoride thing with it. So that's one of the first things I remember, just like going against the grain, okay, in terms of health fitness. So on the top of the floor, I buy fluoride-free toothpaste from Amazon. I used to buy toothpaste that had colloidal silver in it, and then I can't find it anymore. So it was fluoride-free and it had colloidal silver in it. Now what I do, I bought a fluoride-free toothpaste on Amazon, and I make it have colloidal silver. So colloidal silver, which I also bought on Amazon, I open the toothpaste and I pour it in there and I shake it up. So I added colloidal silver to it myself, which I'm not recommending other people. I'm just letting you know. So I took regular fluoride. I couldn't find the fluoride this. They stopped selling it. The one I used to buy, the fluoride-free colloidal silver toothpaste. And since I couldn't find it, I bought fluoride-free toothpaste and made it be colloidal silver toothpaste, infused with colloidal silver. I cook with coconut oil. That's a good healthy fat, has high smoking point. So healthy fats I use coconut oil, avocado oil, and olive oil. Okay, some of the favorite fats that I use: avocado oil, coconut oil, olive oil. Now, coconut oil you can fry at a high temperature, high heat. You do high heat cooking, like stir fry with coconut oil. Avocado oil has a little bit lower smoking point, and olive oil, so it's like rank order, like high temperature cooking. Coconut oil is good for high temperature cooking. Avocado oil for less high temperature cooking. Olive oil is the lowest. So coconut oil is rich in MCTs, it's a healthy fat, has a high smoking point, doesn't readily oxidize or burn. So it's good for high temperature cooking. Avocado oil is also a healthy fat and has a lower smoking point. So if you want to cook at a high temperature stir fry, use coconut oil. Okay, you can cook it like a medium temperature with avocado oil. Olive oil is even more like heat sensitive, so it has a lower smoking point, it burns easily. Now all these fats are healthy fats: avocado, coconut oil, and olive oil. Now, you want to not heat up the olive oil too much if you want to retain the health benefits. Olive oil is anti-inflammatory, it has an anti-inflammatory effect. Coconut oil, healthy, rich in MCTs, especially good for people on the keto diet. I ordered this online, and I ordered on the thumbnail, and turns out it was a plastic container. I would have preferred it to be glass. So I melted a coconut oil there. I'm gonna put it in. Egg is illegal. I saw something on TV that I thought about buying. One of these folding things. Okay, look. It's like a metal thing that you can fold and put on a pot, and you can use like splashes, like grease splatter. A high-fat diet is healthy. Fat and protein. Carbohydrates are the least important. Okay, meaning what's the most important thing to get in your diet? Fat and protein. Carbohydrates are not as important. Eat a high-fat or high-protein diet. High fat, high protein. Not a fat. Okay. I would say it's like higher fat than protein actually. So obviously you don't want to eat only fat, you need some protein. But I eat a high fat, high protein diet, low carb. And then now and then I have a high carb day, but daily at least it's low carb, high fat, high protein. So I answered this question. They was talking about the big pharma system. Why you talking about shit that's killing people? Like, okay. I answered that before, so I was talking to this thing. The Christian take on that. The guy of this world is Satan. He controls his whole system of teaching. And he coming out to kill to destroy. So no one is like in this world system, major players and corporations instead of in one system. It's like it ends up being you make profit from causing health problems. And they kill people like big pharma dogs. Big pharma companies make money from selling big pharma drugs, and some people die from it. there's side effects. And then there's natural alternatives that are safe and effective. Chicken Angus beef frying the coconut oil. in the Zombieland movie, they found a Twinkie truck. And I think it's supposed to be a part of the marketing. But there's like a thing, like a movie where the Twinkies, the only food of survive apocalypse or something. Was it Twinkies or Hostess cakes? I think it was Twinkies. But they had like rules. I remember that. They had like a rules as part of movies. Like they had like a checklist, like remember like how to survive the apocalypse. Yeah, that was part of the plot of the storyline. It's like how to survive the apocalypse. Like always remember up. I don't remember all the things. There's actually part of the loading phase of the zombie video game, which is survival, zombie survival, or the most of zombie survival. But like the loading screen, they show a lot of tips, tricks, and hints, and that's part of some video games. Okay, like as you're waiting, like loading up the level or something, as you start again, there's a lot of tips, tricks, and hints. I turn on the heat so I can slow cook it. It's getting close to being done. I'm gonna hand wash a grater and grate some garlic into it. Possibly add some more meat. Onions contain curcumin, which is a natural antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. This is lowers inflammation, and the curcumin is released in response to tissue damage in the onion. Much like grating, cutting, crushing garlic releases allicin, which is a natural antimicrobial, antifungal, and antiviral. Damaging chili releases capsaicin, which is a natural anti-inflammatory, antioxidant. We can use antioxidant and anti-inflammatory more or less interchangeably. So I don't use a cutting board. A lot of times I use like this. I like to consume half of the onion raw, half of it cooked. These are solo garlics. I like these. It's effective, meaning, and you get spoiled with this. Because once you buy solo garlic, it's like a ball of garlic, like a meatball made from garlic, okay? So there's less peeling per gram of garlic. So I want like 10 grams of garlic in my meal. There's less peeling to get 10 grams of garlic, okay? If it's a solo garlic. You just cut the bottom, it's quicker to peel it. And it's this much garlic. Versus the cluster ones, where it's like to get the same amount of garlic, I might have to peel 5 pieces of garlic to get the same amount of garlic. So I like the solo garlics. It's called solo vitlök. Solo. And here's how I peel it. Cut the bottom off, the base. Use the knife, catch the edge, and then peel it like this. I do most of the cooking like this, cutting things just against the thumb like this. Garlic is something you can use to treat a candida overdose, which some people have, a fungal problem. So here's Mike's candida treatment protocol. Megaros vitamin C, consume raw garlic 1 to 3 times a day, and take probiotics. Microflame tomato sauce. This is a dead fish inside of what appears is shaped like a casket. See, it's kind of interesting. It's like a dead fish, and it's inside of a box shaped similar to a casket. Yeah. There is more than one dead fish in there. These are microflames in tomato sauce. Yeah, I like these. I used to eat this part of like childhood snacks. Like you get a hard bread or make toast, and you get a fork to just put on the. I like this Tabasco hot sauce. Super strong. You don't use this as ketchup when you burn a hole in the stomach. It's super strong. The chili, the strength of chili is measured in SHU, Scoville heat units. For the higher the SHU number, the stronger the chili. Sometimes in the supermarket buy cayenne, it says like 15 to 30,000 SHUs. Chili is a natural. Cayenne contains capsaicin. Capsaicin is an anti-inflammatory substance ingredient. It lowers inflammation. And in general, things to lower inflammation are naturally good for your health. This is wasabi, and the type of wasabi buy in a tube in the Swedish supermarket is mostly horseradish. Less than 5% of wasabi is mostly horseradish. I don't have palm bread on it. Coconut cream. Sausage. Black pepper. Whipped cream. Whipping cream. Not whipped past tense. Whipping cream. Type of cream we use for creating whipping cream. %36% fat. This is lactose free. Pinch of heavy pink salt. Spice mix. Turmeric, ginger, cayenne. A little bit of lactose-free milk. They changed the rules. They changed the rules. They talk about chess. Okay, Woody Harrelson apparently was part of a chess competition and did an opening move for somebody. Some of the biggest chess players are Gary Kasparov, I think it was called. The borderline between genius and madness is interesting sometimes. So there was a chess player that waxed super conspiratorial towards the end of his life, and this became like a Jewish conspiracy guy. Okay, the Jewish conspiracy. Okay, but Kasparov is one of these superstar chess players. They used to have, yeah, I remember this now. They used to have like, what was it? Whenever it was, 1800s, maybe 1900s. They had like a box that they would bring to different places, a robot, a playing robot, okay, like a puppet, not like an AI, but like in the 1800s, or 19, whatever. And they had like a desk, a table we bought somewhere, and then people could play chess against it. And it's like, looked like a robot, and it's moving the pieces. It was like a conspiracy. How do they do it? I think it was that they had like a guy inside of like they have a desk, and on top is like a robot arm that's playing chess, like a magical chess player. And they had a actual chess guy inside of it, and then like a mirror, and then he's pulling the levers and moving it. Okay, and it might have been operated by different chess players. Where someone's like a master chess player, like, hey, you get the job, we take this town fair to this city, and you'll be operating the chess player this week. Okay. And on this topic of chess, sometimes I had my enemies criticism, like Mike, the deep state, we're playing chess while you're playing checkers, okay? Here's my response to those that examine me, okay? You said, here, okay, is this. Yeah, okay. A good short-term game translates to a good long-term game. See? Okay. There's like people like Mike, you're playing a checkers, not chess guy. Oh yeah, a good short-term game equals a good long-term game. See? It's like, wake up. It's not as a question. Wake up today. I'm gonna lie short-term for a week to get some money. Then I become an honest person after that or something like this. I gotta start lying on my resume to get this job. Spend some time lying until I get figured out and fired, and then I'll be honest or for this or something like this. No, it's like, wake up, speak the truth, pray to God. So he said, wake up, right now, get coffee, pray to God, read the Bible, take my vitamins. I feel stressed short term, take some vitamins to help with the stress. Okay. So a good short term game is the same as a good long term game. See, you do the right thing short term, that means the right thing long term. Now to talk about germ theory, he asked how did it come to be the backbone. I know about this. There was a guy who was working in a hospital. He was like, hey, maybe we should start washing our hands in between bleeding babies and carrying corpses. Okay, maybe somebody's mother's getting sick and dying, and babies dying in infancy, because we're going to the morgue. The surgeons are cutting and doing autopsies. So then somebody's like, hey, there's a woman here needing delivery. He just goes with his carcass bottles in bacteria laden hands, and then goes like starts pulling a baby out of a woman's vagina. And some guys like, don't you think maybe these things could be connected? We should start washing our hands. I think it could be something invisible on surfaces. They get on our hands and it can make another person sick. This guy's crazy in the psycho. Okay. Now here's the thing. Before the germ theory and things like this, you know health fitness, read Old Testament, Leviticus chapter 11, you can see how, okay, it's like God knew about bacteria and his health fitness advice and hygiene rules is introduced. It's like somebody that knows about bacteria and viruses and like surface contamination, cross contamination. And it's like the advice is designed to protect it from botulism and bacteria contamination. So it's like if you find like a dead frog or like ferret or whatever in a pot of figs, it's like you don't just remove the frog, you remove the frog, throw out the figs and dash the pot. Which like that shows germ theory, like when 1600s or 1800s. Okay, there's somebody knows about germs, where it's like because the frog has bacteria that spreads, you remove the frog, the bacteria is still on the figs, okay, and it can get on the pot. So see, so before it's like there's a theory that these germs, things on surfaces that are bad for health. Apparently God knew about it. Read Leviticus chapter 11, thousands of years ago. It's like if you find a dead animal in a well, the water right around it is unclean. Okay, so it's like if you put if you put like a dead cockroach in water, there's gonna be bacteria coming out of it, and the separation of bacteria will be the highest close to the body. Okay, and then if it's dilution, it can be like the ppm concentration of bacteria at a certain level becomes not a huge problem. So. I would agree with him. He said that Woody Harrelson said that he believes that people like internal borders and people get sick. The immune system. So yeah, you need to take your probiotics, take your supplements, and don't put poison in your body to extreme level if you want to be healthy. So I poured milk in there, some cream and stuff, so it's evaporating as this is heating, so it'll be thickening all the time. I gotta turn on the heat now. What I'm doing is shrink wrapping it. Sometimes when I handle cigarettes, it can be difficult to get the filter tied around, the paper tight enough around the filter. So if smoke can go around the filter, it defeats the purpose of hanging filter. So why do I wet it and then apply flame tip which shrinks wraps it? So I'm listening to the Raw podcast episode with Woody Harrelson. When I woke up today, there was cops and firefighters in the neighborhood. Right after I woke up, I could see on the wall there's like the blue flashing light. And I go look up my bedroom window, I could see um, police cars and firefighters. One firefighter car and one truck with the ladder on it, like a ladder engine. And I think 2 police cars, 1 or 2. Now I talk about soap, and soap use, Joe Rogan is like me, where he uses some special natural organic soap that doesn't have like a topical antibiotic effect. Okay. Now what I use is just plain old Aleppo soap, natural Aleppo soap. And it's made from 2 or 3 ingredients. It's some form of salt, sodium, olive oil, and laurel oil. So doesn't have all these toxic chemicals in it. As a rule of thumb, if it's fragrance, it's toxic. If it's perfumed, it's poison. It's that hygiene, home cleaning parts are fragranced. They can kind of be toxic. So if I want to quit everything perfumed and fragrance, if you care about your health, it's like if you switch one of these things, like the soap that you wash your hands with in the sink every day, to natural apple soap that's perfume free, are you still reducing your daily toxin influx? Like how many toxins are getting into your body on a daily basis? Apparently Woody Harrelson is a vegan. He's talking about enzymes, so he believes that it's important with enzymes. I take digestive enzymes. So there's digestive enzymes in the digestive enzymes I take as a digestion aid that are naturally occurring in like papain, for example, in papaya, bromelain, things like that. Amylase, protease, papain. Take probiotics too. Sometimes before taking a lot of meal. So I'll take the probiotics and just essence before eating, sometimes after. I also take lactose enzymes if I'm going to consume lactose. Now they talk about supplements, and Woody's talking about what supplements they take ginseng, which is an adaptogen, which is the same category family of supplements as ashwagandha. It's an adaptogen, which helps the body deal with stress. So it keeps from getting too stressed, which is a problem a lot of people have. Most people are too stressed, have too much stress in life, and something that you can take supplement with that helps to reduce stress is adaptogens. So here are some adaptogens. He mentioned ginseng. Here are some adaptogens. Ashwagandha, ginseng, he mentioned that, and Arctic root, Arctic-root, Vorola rhodesia, adaptogens. He took niacin too. I was surprised to hear that. It's kind of weird. I take 3+ grams of niacin. I believe the people with autism ADHD have a higher need of niacin than other people. I take at least 2 grams of niacin in the post-workout supplements. So I take 3+ grams of niacin per day, niacinamide. There's another form of niacin called nicotinic acid flush type niacin, which gives you a niacin flush. So I take 3 grams of regular niacinamide per day. And then sometimes I take nicotinic acid flush type niacin, which is part of my detox protocol, and I teach people how to detox your body more effectively. Nicotinic acid flush type niacin, if you take enough, it will give you niacin flush. It has a vasodilation effect, which means you enlarge your blood vessels, which translates to a better blood flow. So if you take flush niacin enough for it to give you a niacin flush, it has a vasodilation effect. So a vasodilator is something that enlarges your blood vessels, which means you have better blood flow. A vasoconstrictor is something that shrinks your blood vessels. And then there's environmental factors that can have vasodilation or vasoconstricting effect, like cold. You go out in the cold, it shrinks your blood vessels. If you get warm, it enlarges them. So effects of flush niacin gives you better blood flow. You can have the detox. So if you do things to sweat, you're detoxing from detoxification by perspiration. If you sweat, you're detoxing. And if you take flush niacin, you detox at a higher rate from the sweating. And if you don't, detoxing, yeah, people have toxins. You have heavy metal toxins. Most people have too much iron in their bodies to toxic levels. Chemical toxins, different metal toxins. And one of your main detox pathways is your perspiration, your sweat. So your body detoxes by 3 main detox pathways: urination, perspiration, defecation. Peeing, pooping, sweating, okay? So every time you poop, there's some toxins leave your body. Every time you urinate, there's some toxins leave your body through urine. When you sweat, there's toxins leave your body through your sweat. And if you do something where you exercise enough to break a sweat, you're pushing toxins out through your sweat. Or if you take a detox bath or sauna. Now, so sweating helps you detox, and having a niacin flush while sweating makes you detox more from your sweating than sweating without a niacin flush. This is the nicotinic acid flush type niacin. So you get a niacin flush, you get a heat sensation, warmth, a warm feeling in your face. It can spread to your shoulders. I've got a super flush before I take enough where I can feel it like spread all the way down to my legs. So a niacin flush, you take enough for it to get a niacin flush, you feel a heat sensation in your face. And you can get like a reddish color. So here's the other form of niacin that I take, niacinamide. Okay. Do the few hardware. This is part of what Sweden sent to Ukraine as I said packages. Sweden sent body armor, 84s, and this type of hardware to the Ukrainians. I remember that. I saw a news story at the onset of the Ukraine war earlier on. I said Sweden sending our gun to support Ukrainians, and I went to Google and I figured out what to send this. think helmets, body armor, AT4s, and then things like this. Vasa, okay, Swedish outlet. So it's 4-pack, 4-packs, gluten free. The AT4 is a single-use disposable rocket launcher, or you could call it recordless rifle. So the way they work is recordless because the back blast, it leaves the tube. So if you have a cannon and you seal it at the back and you fire something, Newton's third law of motion dictates that every action is an equal opposite reaction. So you fire something out this end, it pushes the cannon back as much, okay? So if you have a tube and a rocket in it that flies out, the back blast is pushing in the other direction. So it's not pushing against something and moving the object. It can move freely. They're like the powder gases. So an AT4 is a disposable single-use rocket launcher, which is not powerful enough to neutralize MBT's main battle tanks, like modern ones like the T9 or the Abrams. You can't count on that. But it can be used against fortifications, like defensive positions. It can be used against lightly armored vehicles, like armored personnel carriers, IFVs, APCs, IFVs. It can be used against the BMP, like the Russian BMP can knock that out. You can score a mobility kill on a main battle tank, but you can't count on it knocking out the tank and just hitting it once with it. And part of Swedish military doctrine, use the AT4s would be like you might have to use 4 or 5 of them to knock out a main battle tank. Now you can score mobility kill on a tank, shoot it into tracks or damage sensors, so you can cause damage to it, but you can't kind of like knock out the tank and killing it screwed by hitting it once with the AT4. In Swedish, the designation for the AT4 is used by the American Army is P86, which stands for Panzerskott 86. So it's like the Germans had a Panzerfaust, which means Panzer fist, okay? And the Panzerschreck, the Panzerschreck. The Germans had, and the Americans had a bazooka. It's pretty much the same thing. So anyways, the point, Panzerskott 86, P86 is the Swedish designation for the AT4. The American Army also uses Bofors, Saab Bofors Dynamics. They use some Swedish arms. The Carl Gustav recordless rifle that the American Army uses, that's also made by Sweden. Carl Gustav. The Swedish king is called Carl Gustav. So the Carl Gustav and the AT4 that the American Army uses is Sweden made. And the Carl Gustav, that can knock out main battle tanks. And it has a wide range of munitions, where it's kind of like future-proofed. It's not a super old design, but it's like you made it, they invent new munitions for it. They have Luftbrisat, they have munitions that can detonate in the air. So for example, you can fire, there's a trench line. You can fire above the trench line, it detonates in the air, sending shrapnel down into the trench from above. It's like a shotgun, like an omnidirectional shotgun, which sends shrapnel all around it. So that's an AP round, and then you have AT rounds. So that's Sweden produced. Also, the aim point is made in Sweden. See, the optic for American small arms, the aim point, that's made by Swedish manufacturers. So I think that kind of shows that Sweden is not like a big country, but it's a lot of the quite a lot of army companies helping. So I'm gonna break my fast now. Actually, I'm gonna record on TikTok video, so I'm This is lactose-free butter. Briggle. So this is a high fat, high protein, low carb meal. Low to no sugar, less than 4 grams of sugar, I would guesstimate in the whole meal. Okay, yeah, I almost dropped it. The worst thing that can happen, you drop on the pants with the butter side down. If you're making amino acid drink and I spill some creatine glutamine powder, you can just crush it off, okay? But fat gains are problematic. This is called Borgost, which should be like castle cheese. One of my favorite cheeses is Priest cheese. Now, part of survival secrets being a total leader is not being too predictable, especially with your food. Part of the target is the total can poison your food in the supermarket. Okay. This is Angus beef. And I get a quarter of it. Here. Actually, let's do it like this. 2 of them. This is seal. I don't know the English word for that. I know salmon, cod. Okay, but it's one of these French words, seal. Okay, mustard seal. This is kind of classical Swedish food. Okay, inlagd seal, like cured seals. It's a specific type of fish. Small fish. and it's cured in mustard. This is part of Swedish Christmas food tradition. It's sort of like food as they go on certain holidays. It's like Thanksgiving turkey or something like that. And this type of food is found on a lot of Swedish families' Christmas tables. And they have the same company, Abbas. I have not received the spirit of bondage again to fear, but the spirit whereby I cry Abba for. Okay, that's the point. They have different flavors. Okay? They have mustard, seal. There's a certain type of fish cured in different ways. It's like mustard sauce, this and that, dill. Okay, yada yada. What was I gonna get? I went ahead to get something. I forgot what I was gonna get. Yeah, whatever. Back to eating. Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. Surely goodness and mercy for all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house, Lord, forever. He prepared a table for me in the presence of my enemies. Here we go. I use toilet paper instead of coasters for it. The other book I use either coasters, countertop cleaning. I use vinegar in a spray bottle for countertop cleaning in conjunction with bicarb. No, in conjunction with either paper towels or toilet paper. Here, since I'm kind of sensitive to lights, I have improvised a reflector. So this is the metal film from a tobacco can, which means you have indirect light over not direct light. I put this here as a do-it-yourself reflector. I could also have it to be strong on this side. Okay, so indirect light. So that's annoying the direct light. Here we go. Now, when I was looking at this special like novelty light bulb store where I buy these Edison bulbs, aka Tesla bulbs, the vintage ones. I saw one that had like a half and half, so like half of it is coated with like a gold color, so it'd be like that. Okay, half the light bulb is like some kind of metal. I can make any light bulb like that with on these metal films. Save some money. Yeah. Don't want to get you booty. Okay. But here's sausage. I was looking at a video yesterday. Okay. Yeah. Pretty good. This was called slaktarkorv, butcher sausage. And it's moist, it's not dry. And it's got a lot of fat too. I don't know if it's been absorbed with some of the liquid, I was kind of boiling it. So how much of the juiciness is weed and how much has been absorbed. How much of the juiciness is attributed to the manufacturing sausage and how much, if any, is attributable to the cooking process. The amazing mystery. I mean, it's like moist. That's one of the first things I noticed. Like it's kind of juicy and moist. Question is like, what's this moist? Starting out, was I was boiling it. I mean, it absorbed liquid. Brosk, cartilage. Swedish word for cartilage is brosk. It's another thing that I do, especially when eating. I've been doing omelette fast for about 5 years, which means I eat one time a day, fast 20 plus hours. It's 90 to 99 out of 100 days. And a lot of times my habit is like, in the daytime I'm productive, I'm doing something, I'm training, cooking, cleaning, producing content. And then a lot of times towards the end of the days when I have my own meal, typically. Like I said, it's not breakfast, lunch, afternoon, it's towards the end of the day. So I wake up in the morning, don't eat breakfast, don't eat lunch, don't eat afternoon. I eat one time a day at the end of the day, typically towards the end of the day. So a lot of times that's when I live like a normal man. It's like just do something to enjoy myself, kind of. It's not like I'm here doing something, okay, producing content or teaching something, or okay, I'm producing more content, I consume it. I have some fun. A lot of times, well, some of the time when I have my own meal, I bring it here, I put on a movie or a series or a documentary or something like this, and I sit and eat it here, I have my own meal. So, to not grease up the mouth is another use of the toilet paper. I have a little toilet paper glove. Okay, so I don't operate the mouth with greasy fingers. I can without greasing up the mouth. See, they should give me the Nobel Peace Prize for this. I figured that out. Okay, really. Really good sausage. I gotta go check Void to see what's been going on. Musk orders federal workers to report on work or be fired. Hamas, 8 hours ago. Reuters, this just in. Hamas frees 6 hostages in exchange for Palestinian detainees. Okay. Ukrainian villagers visit ruined homes in Russian-controlled Donetsk. Trump fires top US general in unprecedented Pentagon shakeup. I'm reading some news here. Dancing in Damascus. Syrians cling to culture under Islamist rule. Saudi Arabia's role in global diplomacy. One day ago, I watched this one yesterday. Wall Street ends sharp with over minor concerns on the economy. Musk orders federal workers to report on work or be fired. 12 hours ago, Trump fires top US general in unprecedented Pentagon shakeup. I watched that. He's got more decorations than a Christmas tree, that guy, in the press conference. The Daniel Hills held a press conference. They showed a clip of that to talk about him being fired. yesterday I searched, I did some electricity research. I searched Nigerian blackout and then Nigerian brownout, and I found a report, okay? And they had a report, okay, and about the like the weak electrical grid in Nigeria, and like blackouts and brownouts and things like this, okay? And I paused it. I was like, it's like okay, it's like you get the sense. It's like there's one guy in Nigeria how the electrical system works. There's one guy on an exercise bike and it's connected to a generator like a dynamo, and they take turns shifts. That provides that's the power supply in Nigeria. It's like a guy on an exercise bike and it's like plugged into a 12-volt battery, and they take turns bicycling on it. Okay, and then that's a job to myself. And then it goes further the report, like Nigerian news, and it's a guy who's winding up a generator, like vroom, vroom, vroom. So it's almost out. It's like the joke is almost true. Like for the energy production, it's a guy winding something only with this limb and not the legs. Okay, I looked at this yesterday. Here, Nigeria, Nigeria brownout. Okay, Nigeria power outages. Such Nigerian blackout. Maybe I was something there. Nigerian blackout. Nigeria power outages. Okay. Here. This is what I looked at yesterday.
Nigeria are one of a kind. Blackouts touch nearly everyone, from residents and small businesses to commercial consumers. The entire country.
Nigeria is Africa's largest oil producer, but power outages occur almost daily, and that costs residents time and money. Now, President Goodluck Jonathan says it is time to denationalize the government's controlled power company. VOA's Paul Dion has our report.
Nigerians, like most Africans, are accustomed to frequent power cuts. But the major electricity shortages in Nigeria are one of a kind. Blackouts touch nearly everyone, from residents and small businesses to commercial consumers. The entire country is grappling with an insufficient power grid. The overall electricity generated is falling far below the needed 11,000 megawatts. Baba Chooks works in his Abuja shop as his generator roars out the sun.
Through involving 300 naira.
But for sites put fuel in the north. Something that panel operator Jonathan, he worked have that same perennial portion. It might be its output tenfold over the next 7 years. It might be its most advanced effort yet to end Nigeria's perennial power shortfall. But progress has been slow, and President Goodluck Jonathan's target may be too optimistic. Industry experts say if the product and car
There's no day that
into his the overall more businesses to create is growth and it might below the needed 11,000 megawatts. Baba Chooks works in his Abuja shop as his generator roars out power, attending to his customer and not.
Musk orders federal works report on work will be fired.
Billionaire Elon Musk, tasked by President Donald Trump to shrink the size of the U.S. government, said Saturday that all federal workers will have to report their activities or risk being fired. In a post on X, Musk said federal employees, quote, will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they got done last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. It is unclear what legal basis Musk has to terminate federal workers if they fail to respond to his request. His threat was made just hours after Trump posted on his own Truth Social site that Musk, as head of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, should be aggressive in downsizing the federal workforce. Meanwhile, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is asking some of its recently fired scientists if they will come back to their jobs, including some employees reviewing Musk's brain implant company, Neuralink. That's according to multiple sources familiar with the matter. At least 11 employees working at the FDA's Center for Devices and Radiological Health, which oversees medical device reviews, have received calls since Friday saying they could return to work on Monday, according to FDA sources. The FDA
I'm
had
gonna finish
initially
talking now.
rejected Neuralink's
Keep the
request to
time
start
about the video.
clinical trials, citing safety risks, Reuters reported in 2023. The